And it's first. I'm very appreciative that it's first. And it would have been 0 had we not had to roll. Guys have to, you know.
I know, we're gonna have to go to 3 because we still can't, well, we can't even move it along now because Barb's not here. So we're completely out of position on that.
Just for that opportunity.
Stay
within budget.
Yeah,
That's why I kind of think that's what it is. No. Yeah. That's good. Oh, sure.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, so.
I'm just curious.
Those signatures,
Double zeros.
That was kind of entertaining.
It is, no, I guess.
well, yes.
I straddled the lines of that. Well, I worked, the last one I worked with Emerson, and she was, I didn't know, taking over for
Nobody figured it out.
Good.
She was asking if we liked it, I was like, why?
I actually do. It's interesting. It's nice to be.
Nobody gives me hot mics, so I'm waiting at the. We're streaming right now, we're just not.
There we go.
They can see us away, but.
All 5 minutes.
I got a question about the video.
Okay.
I want to ask you about that versus maybe, I don't know. What's that? I know, especially if it's right here. Well, the thing is, I just looked at it online and it looks, it's nice.
She did a production. She
Myers is different. We had a lot of executive sessions.
Really,
She
just used the cameras and not the.
This is good. I had to, that was important. I had to get tour of the day.
All right, good evening. It is after 7 o'clock. It is September 16th, and this is our regularly scheduled Wooster City Council meeting this Monday. Tonight's meeting is here in council chambers and also live streamed on YouTube. And our next regularly scheduled meeting will be Monday, October 7th, 2024. With that, Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll call.
Mr. Abernathy.
Here.
Mr. Gaffey.
Here.
Mr. Huzay.
Here.
Ms. Knappich. Mr. Malta.
Here.
Mr. Myers.
Here.
Ms. Warden.
Here.
And we knew Ms. Knappich was going to be absent this evening, so there'll be a few pieces of legislation that we're going to have to move to a third reading. Not a problem. We do have a quorum, and the agenda will remain as presented. And at this time, I'd ask you to stand and join the members of the City Council in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion or to approve the minutes from our last meeting?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Abernathy is second by Mr. Guzzo. All in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Communications from the mayor. Good evening. What do you have for us tonight?
Good evening, Mr. President and council members. Just a short report. I think I always say that. Sometimes it turns out to be true and sometimes not so true, but I'll try to stick to my word tonight. Just a few things since our last meeting. On the September 5th, we had a meeting with the county commissioners, specifically David Millen and Ron Amstutz. They're already talking about the transportation plan, and again, we foresee that there's going to come a time when we're going to fold the county into that, and we've had discussions with the city of Warville the same way, and that's going to happen. September 7th, I'm sure everybody noticed, the Wayne County Fair rolled into town. There was a ceremony that morning for the grand opening. I know that Steve was there, Mr. Zay, and Mr. Sanders, and myself. The Fair Board was very gracious and said thank yous to Ashley Hirschberger for her involvement. I think it's had a lot to do with the parade and our participation with that. To Wooster City PD, Chief Fisher had a couple representatives there. They were very pleased with overall how that parade came off and with the city's assistance in making that happen. So was happy to see that happen. Like anybody else, the one thing I heard long ago about the fair that I think is, the older I get, the truer it is, that everybody's happy to see it come to town, and everybody's happy to see it go, because it is exhausting. The 10th, we had a WDC meeting with presentations by Justin Starlin on the new housing development at Silver and Mechanicsburg, and by Andy Michael on the National Science Foundation grant to the College of Food, Engineering, and Environmental Sciences. I shared those presentations with council this morning, not with the expectation of doing homework, but I thought it was kind of interesting material, and I thought you might be like seeing it. September 11th, we had our first session of the Citizens Academy in this room, and we had a good crowd, and I think they got a good overview. I think this is a line that they used before, but the first two sessions are here with Joel, then Andre, and then the fun starts because you go out and get to visit all the different things. So I told them just suck it up, get to the next one, and then it's good to go. On the 12th, we had a ceremony in the square for the Lyric Project. I'm not sure that this has been publicized much yet, but they had a big positive news story this past week. T-Mobile gave out a series of grants across the country. I think 240 something is my recollection. And that's why the math is a little funny, because I think the total amount given out is a nice round number. But let's just say it was just short of $50,000 what they gave to the Lyric Project. So we had a ceremony there, just a short one, but it was very nice. And again, that's a big help for that project. The Friday morning on the 13th, we had the first meeting of the Wooster City Schools Business Advisory Council. This is a big year for the schools. Really, I guess looking at school year, they're going to be on the ballot in May on the bond issue, and that's really I've said this before, and I'll talk about it more, I guess, as months go along. The future of the schools is really important to our community as a whole, and in particular our downtown, so I'm going to be keeping tabs on that. Saturday, just because the mayor and somebody has to do this, I went to JFB's 12th anniversary celebration. Pulled myself off the couch, but congratulations to them for 12 years in business. And then this afternoon, Joel went to the Community Corrections Board meeting on my behalf. I had a conflict, and if you have questions about that group, feel free to contact Joel and he can fill you in. A couple things looking ahead. Tomorrow, the College Pipe Band is playing on the square at 7. The 19th, the American Heart Association Heart Walk up at King Fields. This Friday at noon, we're having a city luncheon for all city employees, retirees, and all our volunteers. So I think, I would hope that all of you got invitations for that, and hopefully at least a few of you can make it. Couple things looking ahead, there's still time, I think, to sign up for. On the 25th, Main Street Worcester is having their downtown fundraiser, which is really a great event, and if you have the opportunity to participate in that, do so. And then 27th and 28th, I probably don't need to say, but that's Worcester Fest. So congratulations to the Chamber of Commerce for all the work that goes into that and the success that's become. October 6th, just the Sunday before we meet again, is the NAACP Freedom Fund Dinner. Again, if you are looking, I'm sure there's still time to sign up for that. And then finally, our next council meeting, we will have a Laws and Ordinance Committee meeting right before that on the 7th, and Barb Knappich will be heading that up. Not much on the agenda tonight, a lot of items, not much, I don't think, in terms of content. I'm telling you, I don't mean to diminish anybody who's got something there, but I don't think there's anything that deserves too much comment. We have 2 items to carry over from last week's meeting, which will be on second reading, the approval of recommendations from the TIRC Review Council, and the approval of contract for design services and construction documents for Christmas Run Pool. Then we have 9 new items. And if you want to mark your scorecard or menu, the ones that we would ask that the council give consideration passing tonight, you can pass them all tonight for all we're concerned, but the ones that you might ask you to try to do that are numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the new items. Items 4 and 5 are not budgeted, so for those 2, we require a suspension of the rules. And I'll close by just this, and again, I shared the link with council this morning, but I guess I'll tell the general public that last weekend on the 7th and 8th, we were featured in a PBS series called City Centric. If you're looking, all you gotta do is Google City Centric Worcester, you'll pull it up. It's a half-hour program that they interviewed about a half dozen people that are all familiar with the community talking about Worcester. And the interviews were good, but the graphics I thought were glorious. They did a lot of drone work around downtown. They got a beautiful day or days, I guess, if they filmed over a number of days. So even if you have to watch it with the sound down, it's a great performance, and take advantage of it if you get the chance. So that's all I've got, Mr. President.
All right, thank you very much. We do not have any petitions or communications from the public. We do, however, have a liquor control request, a transfer that at this point Ms. Hamilton will read for us.
We have a request for Mike's Food Market LLC located at 4510 Cleveland Road to transfer their liquor license to Kodiar Enterprise LLC at that same location.
And we have 3 options with that. One to have a hearing in our county seat, one to have a hearing in Columbus, or the third option of not to have a hearing. So with that, do I have a motion in one of those 3 options?
Motion to waive hearing?
Motion to waive hearing, is there a second? Second by Mr. Abernathy. I guess all in favor of waiving the hearing, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we will waive the hearing. We had no committee reports, we had no public hearings, so we'll move right into our unfinished business. And Ms. Hamilton, when you're ready, please read the first item.
Resolution number 2024-64, a resolution accepting the recommendations of the Worcester Tax Incentive Review Council with respect to existing enterprise zone agreements, community reinvestment area agreements, and tax increment financing projects.
All right, before Mr. Abernathy, I think we have 2 council members that are going to recuse themselves from the discussion on this, so Mr. Rizzo and Mr. Gaffey, so. And with that, Mr. Abernathy?
Okay, so, as we spoke about last meeting, there were, 3 modifications that they discussed. One was the, change in tenant for 3890701, which was to add Shuffler into the CRA commitment and affirm that. Then 3891801 was a change in ownership, which was going to move over to Triple J 1909 LLC. And then on 16-003 was a change in tenant from Brian and Tammy Poland over to Fleet Beat, which is here downtown. So again, we brought it up last meeting. I open it up for any discussion if there's any objection or questions around that. If none, we're gonna go ahead and move that to third and final reading at the next meeting.
All right, very good. We've had our second reading of Resolution 2024-64. And with that, we have Mr. Gaffey and Mr. Bizet coming back. And Ms. Hamilton, if you'll read Resolution 2024-67, please.
Resolution number 2024-67, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to enter into a contract with OHM Advisors for professional design services related to the Christmas Run Pool final construction documents and administration and allowing for immediate enactment.
Mr. Myers, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. We got an updated email about the pool. After our last meeting, kind of giving a highlight of where things are, where we're headed. I think I've already talked to some of the people in administration, but I just wanted to say I was extremely disappointed that the City Council had not been previously involved in the last year. We'd asked to be involved, or I'd asked for us to be involved with the people from the public. The Public Health and Leisure Committee could have been contacted. We have a Parks and Rec Commission that was not involved. It's great work, by the way, on the team that has gotten us this far and all the things you guys have been able to put together. I know you've been working hard, and I know Ashley and Joel and Phil have all been involved in getting us to this point. And I'm grateful that going forward, it sounds as though we're going to involve some people from the public and maybe some of those committees and commissions. So grateful that we're going forward with those things. My past disappointment was simply that we just hadn't been involved earlier. Mr. Montgomery, and I owe him an apology, that it was a little bit accusatory, but he pointed out to me there wasn't really a whole lot of wiggle room in the things that had to be decided with regard to what had to be done, and there wasn't much decision-making to be done. So I do want to say thanks for the hard work that the administration's done to this point, and look forward to participating and helping out to take this the rest of the way to get this thing done. Does anyone have any questions? I think everybody got the update I got from Phil. If not, I'd like to make a motion to go ahead and move this forward and pass resolution 2024-67 this evening.
Okay, so motion to adopt Resolution 2024-67. There's a second. Mr. Malta. Ms. Hamilton.
Any further discussion? I will point out that the total fees, what we passed last time, is this is well within industry standards, roughly 8% of the total current estimated project budget. I know we're not firm on that number. We're going to have to wait and see how the different alternates come in, but I think they did a good job of negotiating on behalf of our taxpayers and keeping those fees in a reasonable range. That's all.
Okay. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll on the motion to approve.
Mr. Guzet.
Yes.
Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Warden.
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey.
Yes.
All right. Resolution 2024-67 has been approved. We'll move on to new business. Resolution 2024-70. This will be done by Mr. Gaffey. All his after Ms. Hamilton reads it for us.
Resolution number 2024-70, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to purchase EMS cardiac monitors for the Fire Division and allowing for immediate enactment.
All right. Mr. Gaffey, the floor is yours.
Okay, yeah, these next four are actually all for EMS and fire, and I just want to point out Chief Saley's here in case anybody has any further questions or needs any further details. But this is pretty straightforward. We have EMS cardiac monitors that are past their replacement schedule. The manufacturer is no longer going to support these in the future. There's new technology available, and replacing these would allow our EMS to better serve people as they, pick them up in the ambulance. So this is just for, replacing those.
Is there any questions? Any council members have? If
Yeah, I
not-
have a couple that are just kind of boilerplate questions.
Sure.
Just out of curiosity, Chief Staley, can you tell me how many total monitors are going to be replaced and how old are the outgoing monitors?
There's 4 monitors. One of the monitors is used, so we actually purchased it when we added the third station and the ambulance, so that would have been our age, 10, about 10 years old. The other ones were about 15 years old.
And so I think it says in the description that some of the technology is obsolete or will not at least be maintained by the manufacturer. Yeah. Is there any future use for these, like for a volunteer department or anything like that, or are they just useless at this point?
Well, they're not useless, they're still functional.
Okay.
They're just not gonna be maintained, they're
Okay.
not making new parts for them. We are getting a pretty good, for lack of a better term, resale or trade-in value on it.
Okay.
So the 4 that we do have will be traded in, which will bring the cost down.
Great, thank you.
Any further questions or discussion?
If not,
It's budgeted item.
motion to adopt.
Motion to
All
adopt.
right, is there a second? Second by Mr. Kazay. Ms. Hamilton, would you please call the roll on the motion to adopt?
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey.
Yes.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Warden.
Yes.
Okay. Our next item will also be Mr. Gaffey, resolution 2024-71. It is also budgeted, and Ms. Hamilton, please read it for us.
Resolution number 2024-71, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to purchase EMS power cots for the Fire Division and allowing for immediate enactment.
Mr. Gaffey, the floor is yours.
All right, again, this is basically a replacement for old and worn equipment. These are for 2 EMS power cots that are used to service individuals in the ambulances. The ones we currently have continuously needed ongoing repairs. So replacing these may actually help reduce overall cost in the immediate future. So that's basically it, replacing the 2 power cots.
Okay, any questions? If not, Mr. Gaffey, motion for us?
I would motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt, is there a second? Second by Mr. Abernathy. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll.
Mr. Gaffey.
Yes.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Warden.
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
All right. Motion is approved. We'll move on to resolution 2024-72, which is also Mr. Gaffey, is also budgeted. Ms. Hamilton, please read it for us.
Resolution number 2024-72, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to expend additional funds for EMS billing services from Medi-Account Management, Inc., and allowing for immediate enactment.
Mr. Gaffey, the floor is yours.
All right, so this is basically has to do with our auto renew contract for our EMS billing. It's exceeded the $50,000 threshold that we currently have, but it is not to exceed or will not exceed $75,000 there. So that's the reason that it is basically coming before us, is exceeding that $50,000 threshold that we have set.
All right. Is there any questions or discussion?
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Gaffey, is there a second? Second by Mr. Abernathy. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Warden.
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Ms. Hamilton, if you'll please read resolution 2024-73 for us.
Resolution number 2024-73, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to enter into a technical services contract with Medi-Account of Cincinnati, Ohio for billing services related to the city EMS service and allowing for immediate enactment.
All right, Mr. Gaffey, the floor is yours.
All right, so this is basically entering into a new 4-year contract with the same EMS billing organization that we currently have. Basically, this would allow us to enter into that 4-year contract before the terms expire. And so this is not necessarily a budgeted item at the moment. So I guess if anybody has any questions or has discussion on it, that would be the time.
I know I have a question, the 75,000 annual, is there an expectation of that increasing as the term, as we go through the term, or is that point, is that a fixed dollar amount for the?
It's a fixed, if we put a cap at 75,000, that it can't exceed that. Our revenue trending I don't anticipate it getting there within 4 years, but if we had a huge influx of transports, it may, but we capped it, and part of the contract is that if we don't actually renew the 4-year contract and we just do the 1 year auto renew after the 4 year, then there's a 0.25 or 1/4% increase in billing fees. So this just allows us to maintain the 6% cost.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
She's gonna have a question. Does Medicom provide any collection services? I know that can be a challenge to collect.
They do.
They do?
They do collection services. We do not currently utilize them for that.
Okay.
We do soft billing to our residents. We've done some adjustments in looking at our options of how much it would cost versus the workload and what we would get in. And hard billing isn't, in my opinion, a great thing for the residents and isn't beneficial on the city's side. But we are also looking at them of doing non-emergent or non-transport billing once the Medicare and Medicaid kind of fall into what the healthcare insurance companies are doing. So they do a variety of billing options. Right now, we're doing our soft EMS transport billing.
So are we paying them, does our 6% cover the bills that are going out that are not collected? Or is it just that's just what's coming in?
6% of what we collect.
Of what we collect, okay.
Any fees or, refunds and so forth.
Okay,
So yeah, it's only the revenue we bring in, we pay 6%.
thank you.
Okay, if there's no other questions, Mr. Gaffey, do you have a motion for us?
I would motion that we suspend the rules on this one.
All right, motion to suspend the rules by Mr. Gaffey, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Myers. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll please call the roll.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Warden,
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey,
Yes.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
All right,
Motion to approve.
motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Abernathy. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Myers,
Yes.
Ms. Warden,
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey,
Yes.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
All right, motion is approved. All right, well, we move to Ms. Warden on the next one. And resolution 2024-74, Ms. Hamilton, please read it for us.
Resolution number 2024-74, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to enter into a cooperative agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation for the construction of multi-use paths and providing for immediate enactment.
All right, Ms. Warden, the floor is yours.
Thank you. This is a great opportunity for the city to take advantage of some ODOT funding that's available to us in the amount of $855,000 for the construction of pedestrian and multi-use improvements along Madison Avenue and South Beaver Street. This is going to create a safe and accessible route between downtown and the OSU campus, which is, I feel like this part of town has been in need of a facelift for some time. So I'm excited, especially that ODOT's willing to chip in, and in fact, a very significant portion of the predicted cost. Their contribution is expected to be covering 84% of the cost of the project, leaving the city responsible for the remaining $165,000. The project includes pedestrian crossing signals, signage along Robinson Road and Perkins Avenue, sidewalks, on-road bike routes, and shared use paths. The on-road bike route will go from Seacrest Road along Perkins Avenue and Robinson Road to Madison Avenue. And I spoke with Mr. Rice today just to get some clarification on that. Because the roadways are narrow and there's ditches and some unfinished roadways up in that neighborhood, there will not be a dedicated bike path. So it's just going to be marked so that cyclists or people from out of town will have an idea that they should take that as a safer route than going down Madison Avenue on a pedestrian sidewalk. The pedestrian sidewalks will be installed along Madison Avenue from Seacrest to South Street with a couple of multi-use spaces in between, including over the bridge and under the bridge or the tunnel. The project is expected to take place in 2027. And because this is an opportunity for us to take advantage of some funding and not be responsible for a big part of the bill, I would move to place this on third and final reading this evening.
All right, motion to suspend the rules by Mr. Warden, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Abernathy. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll on the suspension of the rules.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Warden?
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy?
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey?
Yes.
Mr. Huzay?
Yes.
All right. Rules have been suspended. Ms. Warden, do you have a motion for us?
I do, I move to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Second by Mr. Abernathy. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Warden?
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy?
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey?
Yes.
Mr. Huzay?
Yes.
All right. Resolution is approved. Next item, resolution 2024-75. Ms. Hamilton, please read it for us.
Resolution number 2024-75, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to advertise according to law and enter into a contract with the lowest and best bidder for the purchase and installation of 2 heating, ventilation, and air conditioning HVAC systems for the administrative building of a water resource recovery facility and allowing for immediate enactment.
Ms. Warden, the floor is yours.
Thank you. This is a request for funding to replace 2 HVAC systems that are located on the administrative building of the city's water resource recovery facility. The current systems are old. Mr. Fritz and I communicated earlier today that they are approximately 20 years old and they're past their useful life. They've both received some maintenance or service calls in recent months, and as we know, that will increase their expense. So replacing these will definitely cut down on future expenses for the city. This is a budgeted item, so I will move to adopt.
Motion to adopt by Ms. Warden. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gaffey. Is there any questions or discussion? If not, Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Warden?
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy?
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey?
Yes.
Mr. Huzay?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
All right. Resolution 2024-75 is approved. Ms. Hamilton, will you read the next resolution for us, please?
Resolution number 2024-76, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to advertise according to law and enter into a contract with the lowest and best bidder for fuel services for city vehicles and allowing for immediate enactment.
All right. Mr. Huzay, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pretty straightforward. This is a resolution requesting the city go out to bid for our fuel contract. All city vehicles use a lot of fuel, so we just kind of want to bundle that together and do a 3-year contract on this one, not to exceed, I believe, $300,000 per year. Mr. Denny is here for any other questions.
Any questions, discussion? If not, motion?
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt, or actually, no.
Motion. And the motion to suspend the rules then, Mr. President.
All right, motion to suspend the rules. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Abernathy. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll.
Ms. Warden?
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey.
Yes.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
All right. Rules have been suspended, Mr. Uzai.
Now I have a motion to adopt.
Now a motion to adopt, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gaffey. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll.
Ms. Morgan.
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey.
Yes.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
All right, very good. Next item, resolution 2024-77. This is budgeted. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll, or please read it for us.
Resolution number 2024-77, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to expend additional funds for maintenance services from Jimmy's Maintenance and Lawn Care and allowing for immediate enactment.
All right. Mr. Huzay, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a resolution authorizing the city to expend additional funds for Jimmy's Maintenance, a local company who doesn't do any mowing for us, but you can see here traffic signal painting, snow and ice removal around the downtown area, debris removal, kind of some odds and ends stuff for the city. Mr. Denning is here. Are there any other additional questions?
Is there any questions? Discussion, comments? If not, Mr. Huzay, you have a motion for us?
Do I need to suspend the rules on this one?
No, it's budgeted.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Malta. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey.
Yes.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Warden.
Yes.
All right, very good. And our last item is also budgeted, will be done, or be presented by Mr. Malta, but Ms. Hamilton, please read it for us.
Resolution number 2024-78, a resolution authorizing the Director of Administration to expend additional funds for maintenance services from Schultz Fluid and allowing for immediate enactment.
All right, Mr. Malta, the floor is yours.
So as stated, this is budgeted, but the request is exceeded 50,000, so that's why we're here tonight talking about it. These are for 2 primary pump replacements and 1 secondary sludge pump replacement. If there are any questions, Mike is here with us tonight. It's pretty cut and dry,
Kind of need,
kind of neat. We want to move the stuff where it needs to be moved.
I don't think we want it to stay where it's at.
No, we do not.
all right.
With that, I motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Malta, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Abernathy. Ms. Hamilton, please call the roll on the motion to adopt.
Mr. Gaffey.
Yes.
Mr. Huzay.
Yes.
Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Warden.
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy.
Yes.
All right. Resolution 2024-78 has been adopted. We'll move on to miscellaneous, and I'm gonna go first on miscellaneous, only from the standpoint that, as the mayor had mentioned previously, yeah, Mr. Huzai and I were down at that, I'll call it an award ceremony, but the opening ceremony there for the fair. And we did receive a plaque, which at this point, since we have no, this is our office, I'm gonna ask the administration, they get it hung up somewhere in here in an appropriate fashion, appropriate location, and at that point, it just, while we accepted it, I mean, it did say Wooster City Council, so at this point, yes, thank you all for that, and I mean, again, I think it was all pretty low key in terms of what our involvement was, but they felt the need to, give us a plaque of appreciation. I guess we'll graciously take it and say thank you very much, so.
Put it up.
And we'll put it up. So with that, we'll start with Mr. Gaffey tonight.
I don't really have much to add. It was a good, busy week at the fair, and I think as the mayor said, it's nice to see it come and nice to see it go at the same time. So But yeah, it was always enjoyable, so.
All right, very good. Ms. Warden?
I recently have spoken with people, a couple at the fair, and also out in some other social gatherings. And I just wanted to share that the people I've spoken with who are familiar with the transportation program that the city is undertaking right now have had really kind things to say about the city's involvement, and especially about your assistance with everything. So thank you for that. Yeah, you're making us look good. So good job, Tom. Thanks. That's all.
All right, thank you. Mr. Malta?
I would like to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and I also wanted to thank the police department, fire department for the badges and bobbers. That's dear and near to my heart. So I just want to say thank you. It's commendable to you guys for putting that on, supplying all those fishing poles, tackle boxes, snacks, drinks. It was wonderful. Thank you.
Very good. Mr. Myers?
Thanks everybody for the votes this evening, appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Montgomery, and everybody else for working on the pool and all the hard work you guys have done. Look forward to helping out. Appreciate your time, thanks.
Mr. Vizay?
Just congratulations to the fair board and the community on the 175th fair, and here's to 175 more years.
Very good. Mr. Abernathy?
Yeah, echo, great job on the fair to everybody out there that put a lot of hard work into that. I echo the mayor's sentiment. Always glad to have them come in, but definitely glad to get them out of here as well. Especially to a lot of the kids at school that are putting in a lot of work to get art projects, get their animals ready. That's a huge moment for all of them. So we recognize for our kids that it's an exciting time for them. This is a main event type of thing for them. So congratulations to all the kids out there that got a chance to show their animals, get their art projects recognized. So job well done, and another great year for the fair here in Wayne County and a showcase here in Worcester.
Very good. Thank you very much. Mr. Myers?
Motion to adjourn, sir.
Motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Way quicker than I
Except for the last two. Oh, wow. I'm sitting there talking. I'm like, when did you go? Well, I go a little early. One more month. That's my number. You can see I walked in late. I went home, I go back, she goes, I'm here, and I'm like, yeah, and I thought I was early.
I didn't, based on when you walked in, that was when it dawned on me, it's like, oh yeah, I'll bet he just.
Yeah. There's a hard habit to break when you're used to it. It's a lot of
Yeah, I mean, I do it.
I just remember the first one coming back.
Yeah.
We're the ones that asked for the change.
Yeah, I didn't even think to say it was, I mean, I always come down early anyways, just to.
And that's why I forgot, but I wanted to talk to you about last week.
That's probably cool.
No, well, I did that. Yeah, I talked to Dan about the publishing change.
Oh, yeah.
It's still not,
It is. I mean, for me, it is quite one big process.
I'm gonna leave it here.
Hey, you too. See you soon. They just. Oh, go ahead.
We had a giggle about the phrasing.
Yeah,
As soon as I read that, I thought, oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm glad you didn't read it.
I looked at the thing and I was like, I'm not even sure I was getting this thing. Okay, makes everybody happy. You know, they called me and said, oh, hey, you need to be down there for this. I'm going, really? Okay, no problemo. I can't do that.